I'm Ryan O'Doud, and you're listening to Ryan's Audiobooks on the Issues Magazine YouTube channel. Today we're continuing with section 1025. We're finishing the book Adam from the Son of Knowledge by Lex Hixon Nur Al Jerrahi. We're picking up at the very end of chapter 15, Perfect Humanity. By means of alchemical alternation between states of spiritual constriction, longing, weeping, emptying, and states of spiritual openness, ecstasy, delight, expansion, the mode of ascent, which St. John calls the secret ladder, is displayed before the eyes of the heart. Three successive dimensions are revealed: early night, midnight, and dawn. This is the parallel in the teachings of St. John to the threefold nocturnal journey of Muhammad, who was translated at night to the holy city of Jerusalem, who then ascended by means of ladder of light through the celestial plains to the bright midnight of divine essence, and who finally descended again upon the earth, bringing the good pleasure of Allah and the prayers of Islam, which are a mystical ascension for all humanity, the dawn of perfect humanity. The history of this nocturnal journey, the crest of the wave of prophecy, was well known and carefully studied by scholars and mystics in the European civilization of the Middle Ages under the title Ladder of Muhammad. Each person who awakens into this era of Mohammedan light, his or her very breath become pure divine peace, fulfills precisely this same responsibility of mystical traveling, both ascending and descending. The Sufi orders, through their initiatory chains of succession carried on by realized sheikhs, possess authentic knowledge of this secret ladder. They continue to invite humanity to unveil the soul, to discover what perfect humanity really is. One of these peacemakers, one of these contemporary Sufis, sings to the beloved Muhammad, "Your enamored gaze is my sole abode, my sustenance and my breath." It would be an error to consider ourselves as apart from Muhammad, as apart from perfect humanity. Conscious cells of the new humanity, gold miners in a golden age, Sufis attain the experience of planetary citizenship, a theophany across the face of the earth. All opacity, including ideological and political frontiers, disappears within the perfect transparency of Mohammedan light. New humanity now constitutes an integral and intimate community, founded in spiritual affinity, breathing through interchange among all the noble wisdom traditions of the planet. Such universal conviviality is as natural and basic for the new human being as air and water. This new sensibility is free from emotionalism or superstition. What now presents itself spontaneously is a sacred tradition that is all-embracing yet multipolar or plurivalent, a tradition liberated from legalistic persuasion and catechetical indoctrination. What is occurring is not a graft or transplant from the conventional world. This is nothing less than the kingdom of heaven upon earth. The cornucopia of true abundance, love without self-interest, freedom from the slightest trace of possessive ego. It is both the promise of Jesus, the sacrament of his presence, and the gift of Allah through Muhammad and millions of Muslim men and women, immersed in family and social responsibilities, yet awakened to the most intense degrees of unitive wisdom. Perfect humanity need not retire to any ascetic and isolated hermitage, to any cell of celibacy. Concrete daily life now becomes love for divine love's sake alone, passionate lyrical breath, high point of lived poetry, profusion of enlightening images perceived with spiritual wakefulness, whether during dream or in the waking state, rejoicing moment by moment in the fragrant company and beneath the delightful gaze of the beloved, experiencing the delicacy of divinely human love even in the midst of tribulation. The lover of perfect humanity never laments. To live is to decipher this fluid allegory of every day, pregnant with ultimate meaning. To live is to receive the superessential bread of every day for which the Christian lovers pray in the Our Father. The trumpet, who announced the dawn of perfect humanity, Christ the Messiah, provided the purifying experience that made us capable of attaining here and now, within this human vessel of awareness, the transforming union with omni-consciousness. O irresistible and captivating love, O subtle rejoicing of the contemplative life, which now ceaselessly unfolds in the secret heart of perfect humanity. O drunkenness and tireless longing of the entire universe, following and kissing the steps of the perfect human being. May we drink the wine of love offered by the powerful right hand of Muhammad as an unbreakable covenant, enjoying the divine company of perfect humanity. May we be constantly lost in ecstasy, in the mystical state of unicity. This is the very nature of our new humanity. As the contemporary Sufi sings, afflicted by love, blazing with flames of love that could melt an entire glacier, simply the mention of your majestic name, O Muhammad, leaves me overwhelmed, silenced, amazed. As the ancient Sufi Niazi sang, nothing can hide the face of truth. This face is perfect humanity. O illuminated philosophy from Oriental sources with Islamic components, diffused by various channels through European civilization. O luminous wisdom that displays itself in all cultures through the long history of humanity. O exuberant diverses of every religion, secret co-religionists, prisoners of supreme love who pass the night in vigil with hearts palpitating. O heaven upon earth. O completion of humanity. After the political failure of the Crusades, all Europe subtly acquired the intellectual, artistic, and spiritual heritage of Islam. Through the mobility of merchants and troubadours, and through the labors of various secret intellectual intermediaries and famous promulgators of Arabic culture, such as King Alfonso X of Spain, the consummate European mystic Meister Eidhart regularly quoted from 4 Islamic philosophers. Protected by a cultural amnesty, the new Arabic knowledge manifested without difficulty through the entire Middle Ages by means of systematic translations from Arabic and through the hidden inclinations and affections of Sufis, Christian, Jewish, and Muslim. More than a fertile influence, this process of voluntary Islamicization constituted a complete transmission. Christianity, Judaism, and Islam were interlaced without partitions, with intellectual honesty and religious integrity, drawing their esoteric resources from a common treasury. It was the arrival of 70 camels laden with silver and gold, beneath a mysterious rain of diamonds and pearls, rubies and emeralds. In the center of this cultural and spiritual interpenetration remains the impeccability of the Prophet Muhammad and his way of imageless meditation, the way that maintains direct affiliation with the mystical teaching and method of the Orthodox Church of the East, the Christian mothers and fathers of the desert, and their experience of the uncreated light. This transmission, hidden or perhaps even lost in the sensibility of the Western Church, is our cardinal vocation, deification of the whole being, not only after death but also during this earthly life. Men and women completely illuminated by Islam sing about the mystery of deification through imagery of the lover, attracted with great intensity and intoxicated by the perfumed black curls of the beautiful one. The lover transcends these brilliant curls of creation and is lost in timeless divine beauty, gazing at the delicate and peaceful face of the Supreme Beloved. This disconcerting mystical attitude, which identifies passionate human love with divine love, Sufis call smashing the bottle of shame and modesty. The true lover would not hesitate to sacrifice everything for this experience, crying out with abandon in climactic communion, "I am the beloved." This is the declaration and unveiling of perfect humanity. Glorifying Allah with his divinely human love, the Sufi, at perfect ease beneath the brilliant green canopy of the Prophet, lives with candor, free from all recognizable parameters or paradigms. These unclassifiable lovers leave circumscribed society disconcerted, yet they become a source of delight to true hearts everywhere. The teaching of supreme union, which the mystical theology of the Christian East attempted to articulate, experiencing both intellectual and political difficulties, is expressed by most Sufis through silence, like the beautiful lilies of the field in the parable of the Master. Other Sufis express this radical teaching in secret code through their passionate poetic experiments. In this final stage of union or deification, all language fails. This superconscious state is beyond bridal or Bacchic symbolism. With awareness entirely awakened and miraculously expanded in the fusion of abandon and equilibrium, Sufis manifest the dwelling in paradise upon earth, which is true humanity. This demonstration of paradise is rooted in the holy science that triumphs over death and that lifts us from speculation to verification, from devoted faith to Gnostic vision. The cardinal principle of Sufi science is that awakened humanity is divinity. As was explained by the great scientific Sufi Ibn Arabi, whose teaching descended mystically from Muhammad, God thinks through me because I am God thinking. We are absolved from the burden of any limited identity. Deepening every moment in the delight of omni-conscious union, this unitive identity nourished by the delicacies of paradise, this Mohammedan humanity, is a single soul with multiple forms. The one mystical body of humankind responds to and consciously expresses the infinite longing of God to taste, feel, and be his own reality. Such is the unifying knowledge of the seal of prophecy. The beloved Muhammad, may Allah bless him and give him peace, pearl of the universe, green hummingbird who sips from the rose of wisdom, secret heart of humanity. This universal human heart St. John calls a paradise of divine rejoicing. O mystic sultans and sultanas, who elect the throne of the heart, preferring it to the throne of empire. O predestined ones, O consecrated ones, O spirits who are ecstatic even when undergoing privation and tribulation. O flowing water transforming the wasteland of despair. O flowering orchards, vineyards, and delightful gardens. The paradise meditations that spring from the Islamic vision, rooted in the Holy Quran, are effusions of those on the path of sanctification and deification. Here is intellection, that is vision, union, and fusion with uncreated light. The operative key in this planetary symbiosis of cultures and traditions, their convergence as a single finality, is the active intellect, identifiable as the divine light without dilution that inevitably manifests as the age of Muhammad through a humanity now fully evolved. It is not necessary to approach this new burning bush with precaution or timidity. It is our most intimate light. In this absolutely new frame of reference, which is humanity freed from its dictatorial and divisive ego, there can no longer exist fanaticism, intolerance, or inequity. It is submission in love without subjection to law. Islamic jurisprudence and all other sacred law culminates in the Sufi mode of behavior, which is simply to embrace love, to catch flame in love, to pour forth love to all creation. Error is nothing more than a lack of love, and is for this reason always condemned to failure. Let us take the text of our existence in its mystical sense, translating human reality into divinity, mute with amazement in the face of our own true nature, in the face of perfect humanity. Our history, both personal and planetary, is a spiritual epic. Percival in search of the Holy Grail. No authoritarian or dogmatic explanation is appropriate. There can only be a visionary interpretation of this drama, this quest that eludes every facile description. This tumultuous ocean of divinely human love is light within essence. O aspirants to the new human reality, keep your critical spirit alert, your discernment and perceptiveness so clear that nothing and no one can cloud your unitary vision. Struggle arduously in full battle against malignant spirits, which would block the road of the new humanity. Satan, the joker, the impostor, parasite, and cynical assassin, is empty of true substance and can only snarl and scream with his deceptive conceptuality, his habitual obsession, his cancerous inanity. His illness is contagious, his evil infectious. But be absolutely certain, O lovers of truth, that authentic spiritual combat against the adversary of humanity, against the demon in all corrosive forms, is always victorious, thanks to the intervention of realized beings who are the force of the new humanity. The secret meaning of this novel of chivalry that is our own life is freedom from self, disenthronement of ego. As St. John of the Cross explains about his own spiritual emblem, which he calls the colorless bird, do not take initiative in anything. This principle of total renunciation extends even to mystic knowledge. Sings St. John, the solitary bird of omniconscious unity, only know God without knowing how. To feel excessive attachment to the forms of society, including religious forms, is to convert them into an obstacle or a veil between the aspirant and perfect humanity. At the peak of his ascent of Mount Carmel, St. John proclaims to hear there is no road. The scholar Luce Lopez Baralt explains, in her admirable study of Islamic roots in the poetry of St. John of the Cross, the saint carries out a circular and non-existent journey from God to God. This is the Sufi journey within God and beyond God through mystical annihilation, through the ecstasy that obliterates. The only heresy within the new humanity is to attach oneself to anyone or anything that is not God. As St. John affirms, one single thing is necessary, which is to know how truly to negate and annihilate oneself. There is no question here of nihilism. On the contrary, as Sheikh Muzaffar of Istanbul confirms several centuries following St. John, It is an absolute certainty that those who are annihilated in Allah will exist forever. This arduous and ardent ascent of the spiritual mountain is not possible by means of didactic or cerebral methods, nor is it possible to detail or systematize the path with any exactitude. O lovers worthy of the most sublime title of perfect human being, observe the fleeting traces that manifest before your feet. This is the beautiful path of uncreated light. The mountain is at the same time a fountain, a spontaneous spring, fount that emanates and flows, as the delirious Spanish poet sings. The unveiled peak of this mountain is perfect humanity. Another Sufi poet and essayist of the Iberian Peninsula, Ibn Arabi, declares, "When my supreme beloved appears, with what eye will I gaze upon him? With his own, not with mine, because no one can see him except he. An almost insupportable ecstasy, a rupture of the logic of the world, a leap that surpasses religion, must occur to capacitate us to see God in the unitive manner. The iron plunged into the fire turns vivid red." The central point within the ceremonial circle of the dervishes is called the Gallows of Mansur. The beloved Mansur al-Hallaj, chief of authentic lovers of the soul reality, loved so much in the unitive way that his eyes never saw anything other than the truth. In this state of blissful forgetfulness of himself, he cried with the voice of the perfect human being, "I am truth," which in the Islamic context plainly signifies, "I am God." Condemned to die for this apparent blasphemy, Mansur encountered his physical death upon the gallows of the limited society. Through its limited commands, he is a paragon of mystic love for all those who would lose themselves ecstatically in truth, dying to all confining conceptuality, even that of religion. Perfect humanity exists at the center of the circle. The unitary experience of the friends of God through history abides in the root of planetary mysticism. This kaleidoscopic path, elusive and inspiring, accelerated and passionate, is both the physical and metaphysical contemplation of divine light, which opens us to unsuspected dimensions of our own humanity. As St. John of the Cross, fraternal twin of Ibn Arabi, sings, "A most clear door opens in the manner of a lightning flash." The heart is a spring at the center of a clearing within the uncharted forest of creation. Here, what is human, irradiated by divine love, transforms into what is divine. There is nothing other than God, nothing other than perfect humanity, which is simply the conscious realization that God alone exists. Successors of Prophet Muhammad from across the entire globe have torn away the veils that covered divinity, that apparently separated divinity from the human being. Lover transformed into beloved, sings St. John. The advanced guard of perfect humanity are not the knowledgeable scholars of Islam, but those who represent the living logic of the Islamic vision, in whatever tradition they may appear. Amazing indeed is the avalanche of mystery provoked by these incendiary beings. The mirrors of their hearts well polished to reflect the Mohammedan light, these persons beautify and sanctify everything with a freshness that never fades, a love that endures forever. The unveiling of this brilliance of the perfect human being consumes the mundane layers of opacity that impede our total encounter with the soul consciousness, who can call itself equally Allah or humanity. To the question, will your soul enter paradise after death? St. John Chrysostom, Christian Sufi and Bishop of Constantinople 15 centuries ago, responded, "I am not concerned with the journey to paradise. I have become paradise." This is exactly what the other St. John indicates when he speaks about the transformation of the soul into God. The Western mystic poet cries out in the delirium of union, "O abyss of delight! The suffocating sensibility of conventional religion cannot exist in this abyss of omniconscious unicity, where there is neither professorial chair nor any other organizational base for personality. To enter this luminous abyss without frontiers is truly to complete the pilgrimage to Mecca. To contemplate the brightness of this abyss is truly to understand the glorious Quran, the final proof, the password to mystic union. O members of the new humanity, Let us consecrate ourselves without vacillation, with insatiable longing, to the unveiling of human perfection, whatever the apparently negative circumstances of history. Let us disregard the false claims of the conventional world. Let us overcome the spiritual exhaustion of our particular society and its institutions. Beings of light long only to blend with divine light. This longing is the last true fast of Ramadan, a fast from all concepts that limit humanity and divinity. O Allah most near, may hearts occupy themselves solely with you. The perfect humanity hidden within the human form is the supreme self, diffusing itself with shining love into the entire being of the lover. O divine beauty, nothing other than you manifests within or beyond creation. Divine creativity is the one returning to itself. This is the Neoplatonic circle of emanation and return, enriched by the prophetic vision, which does not annul the elevation. This return is not a regression to original unity, but an advance to perfect humanity. There is no being other than the one beyond being, the non-being, the abyss, the heart of reality, which ultimately displays itself as perfect humanity. O Allah, enlighten humankind to its own true nature with your light of guidance, the light of universal intellect, the mystical certainty of perfect humanity. O passionate Sufis, how intensely the correspondences augment in this luminous poem of your lives, this poem worthy of the sublime title Perfect Humanity. Maintain carefully within your hearts the lamp of Mohammedan light, the inextinguishable love that illuminates the most secret caverns with a sun more brilliant than midday. Welcome to the eternal day, so gentle that the Kamaniya remains damp with dew. We are feasting here and now in the company of the most beloved Muhammad. We are falling prostrate before his divine beauty, which is our own. The mystic night of unknowability has disappeared. Mystical intoxication has reached its end. The divine emanations, including all possible worlds, have returned to their source. The fascinating enigma, plurivalent unicity, has been resolved. Royal peacocks display brilliant colors, and mystic poets chant from the infinite song of songs, the book of humanity, inundating their veins with the ardor of audacious verses. This is the universal unveiling of perfect humanity. Creation manifests as a ripe pomegranate, its brilliant seeds realize human beings. The Creator, love itself, is now openly revealed as the fervent lover of perfect humanity, the history of prophecy as divine courtship. Love now proclaims the most panoramic criterion, in the light of which all possible systems of explication dissolve. Conventional structures are dismantled. The upside-down society is abolished. The Holy Spirit overflows all channels, divulges all secrets. Spiritual treasures that transmit themselves without personal agents overflow like milk and honey. It is what St. John of the Cross calls the mystical supper that recreates and enamors. This is the ecstatic uproar of holy lovers, leaping beyond the fundamental laws of logic. This is the unsheathing of the sword, the parting of the curtain. As Prophet Muhammad proclaimed in the voice of perfect humanity, which is our own voice, Allah is the eye with which we see and the tongue with which we speak. This is gold without dross. This is the Muhammadan flood tide. Exalted spirits awaken from rapture without fatigue and with rapid steps go forward to the station St. John called to understand without understanding. Established beyond the historical books of Revelation, freed from the obliqueness of cryptic and hermetic language, this direct experience could not be more full. It is human reality without alloy, liberated from dogmatism, flowing with goodness and delight, which are indescribable because without any possible comparison. This is the transition without end and without beginning, absolute elasticity and perfect ineffability. O crystalline fountain, sing St. John. O gentle wine of love, O divine fragrance. O fragrance of amber in the court of the adorable one. O colloquium of God with God. O mystical bed of lover and beloved. O traces of Quran and the infinitely faceted mystic love poetry of Sufis within every culture. O irreducible mystery of Mohammedan light. O ancient dynasty of divine luminous wisdom. O passionate beauty of perfect humanity. O uncontainable passion for communion. O heart of the lover of flames, in ruins destroyed by ecstatic love. O tender names of the Prophet Muhammad. O Muhammad, seal and culmination of prophecy. O amorous secret of the new humanity, the new heaven and the new earth. O abiding of paradise upon this planet. O perpetual dawn, O conscious state of early morning, O effervescence of the entire universe, O ardent lyrics, poems of love, O effusions of wise poets which expand the heart, O fully evolved persons in the age of Muhammad, most precious Allah, we can do nothing. We cannot survive even for a single instant without your sweet presence, expressed through the perfect human being, Insan Kamil, mounted upon the noble white steed of universal Islam. Thus concludes section 1025 and the entire book, Adam from the Son of Knowledge, by Lex Hixon Nur Al Jerrahi. I hope you enjoyed it. I found it very illuminating. It has informed my understanding of Gnosis and introspection, I'll say. Next time, in the future, we'll visit the past with section 3.1, when we will begin the Book of the Order of Celestial Integration. I will see you then. Alam.